And there it is. There it is, and here it is. Here it is. It is here. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. Let me try and focus this camera. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. Woman went to Mo. Here it is. It is here. Here I am. Hope you're there. The session comment says your company is required. So that thing that we do round about this time is being done exactly at this time. So come join and let's discuss all matters Nigeria related. To attention, one man.
National anthem, Mr. Albert Congo raises the flag of the new nation.
States, Nigeria, we hail thee, our own, their native land. So there it is right there. That is how it began. Nigeria, we hail thee, our own, their native land. So Nigeria, we hail thee, as guys, I bring you this. You are just packing rivers money, no intellectual material. Ebonyi Governor Umahi attacks Wike. So there are certain fights that you will know will last till eternity. So these two ones are like two fat ladies rolling around in the mud. You know what that usually looks like? You pay money to say that, but this has been delivered to you free of charge. Two fight boys in the eastern parts of Nigeria. So two fat boys, you are just parking rivers money, no intellectual material. Ebonyi Governor Umahi attacks Wike. So there it is. That will never stop, of course. Man and boy, they will fight it to death. So still speaking, I am unbothered by court ruling on my sack. I have even added weight. Ebonyi governor still deceiving himself, David Umahi, of course, still trying to pretend as though all is okay. I am unbothered by court ruling on my sack. I have even added weight. A headline attributed to the governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi. But if he has added weight, then that's a sign of depression right there, overeating to compensate. So that tells you that he is indeed bothered. Ruling APC governors accept Buhari's choice of Adamu as consensus national chairman of the party. So we labored this quite heavily yesterday, but it looks as though we've landed exactly where we anticipated. Adamu now confirmed as the party chairman, having not gone through the screening process just to even pretend as being a due process. So the total disregard, of course, for anything to do with legality as they act to their will. The Fulani warlords ruling the Nigerian state. Ruling APC governors accept Buhari's choice of Adamu as consensus national chairman of the party. A very lost jihadist that Adamu, by the way. So that tells you the direction that they're looking to point to the future of that country. The Islamization agenda does not stop with Buhari. Reasons Buhari keeps borrowing to run Nigeria. Debt Management Office attempts to defend the indefensible. At last headline we read a few days ago that Buhari, just within the 7 years that he has been in situation, has increased the borrowings from the Central Bank of Nigeria by the government from the Central Bank of Nigeria by 2,000%. Nothing commensurate in infrastructure to indicate what's happened to the money. So borrowing to loot they're just going to loot the country dry. We all know that. Reasons Buhari keeps borrowing to run Nigeria, the debt management office attempts to defend corruption. So we land on this again. This is something we anticipated because all the way through we were always already saying that it was going to be a case of catch and release. Not because we are soothsayers, but because we are vested within the Nigerian political space and we've seen it repeat again and again. Anti-graft agency, EFCC, seizes Obiano's passport as former Anambra governor regains freedom. So yes, of course, this is a no news news. This is a no news news because of course this was always going to be the case. They'll pick him up under a blaze of publicity, all guns blazing, siren and everything, flashing cameras everywhere, newspaper paparazzi. Then they'll take him to EFCC and do some mocking photo or video clip, etc., etc. And then he will settle then, of course, because they are only taking him to sweat him from money. Abubakar Malami will take his lion's share. Ibrahim Bawa will take his court. The operatives will get their share. he will get to keep the rest of his loot. They will tell us that they released him, but they have held on to his passport. He will then come up with some ailment that needs to be treated abroad, and they will then sweat him a little bit. He might even go to court. Eventually, what will happen is his passport will be handed back. He will get to keep the bulk of his loot. He will end up in the Caribbean, and he will send us video clips of him dancing calypso with sexy girls, Fayoshe style. So this is the usual trajectory. So it's very much in tandem with what is known already. Anti-graft agency EFCC seizes Obiano's passport as former Anambra governor regains his freedom to start to spend the 37 billion naira that he looted. So there it is right there. That's the menu, that's the diet. The usual protocols, if you are not already subscribed, then of course you should already be doing that. So if you've missed the opportunity to do that, if the subscribe button on your interaction with this platform is showing red, then you're not fully a member yet. So do the right thing and click on that subscribe button so it changes from red to gray. And then click on the like button as well, because we're looking to push the channel up, and that is what propels it. Just those two clicks, it is not an assault on your wallet. You don't have to part with money, entirely free of charge. So set about doing the clickings. So let's induce you somewhat with a little bit of liquid elixir. Let's go to the care guides and partake in some palm wine drinking.
Water, only water. Water, only water where they see ma. Water, 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 water. Water, only water where they see ma. Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé ṣọ́dí àkẹ́kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rè o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rè o. Chief Wáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rè o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòde ojàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodame ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodúnkẹ́ ẹyẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there you heard it. Iku Koneriwa Agbeche, the potent prayers, powerful prayers by the K guys. Even a non-Yoruba speaker, you should still appreciate the potency of those prayers. May death have nothing to do with us. Essentially, it's the prayer that music is vesting on your life. So that is the foremost, most important prayer. So may you be alive first, and then everything else comes after that, doesn't it? So first life, then everything else. So Iku Koneriwa, I can smell something now. I think it's probably, is it barbecue season? All right. So Iku Koneriwa Agbeche. So that's the prayers from the K guys. So Iku Koneriwa Agbeche, as guys, I bring you this. You are just packing Rivers money, no intellectual material. Ebonyi Governor Umahi attacks Wike. The embattled governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi, has accused his River State counterpart, Yemson Wike, of stealing public funds belonging to his state, Rivers. This is the latest attack in the war of words between Umahi and Wike since the sacking of the former governor, or since the sacking rather of the former by a court. Justice Iyang Eko of the Federal High Court Abuja had ordered Umahi and his deputy, Dr. Kelechi Igwe, to vacate their offices for defecting from the People's Democratic Party PDP to the All Progressive Congress APC. Wike had followed that up by saying Umahi should return the mandate he got on the platform of the PDP, later adding that he was behind his colleagues' travails. Umahi had replied, saying he could not be sued as a governor and that the judgment poses no threat to his presidential ambition. Speaking to journalists on Wednesday, Umahi attacked Wike, calling him a thief who lacked intellectual capacity. He said, "You heard him on Channels TV boasting that he is behind. A mere man that depends on the breath of God. I pity him. It is a shame. You are boasting to remove another governor. What qualifies you? Just because you are parking money that is public funds, not intellectual material, but just parking public funds, and you are boasting about it. Otherwise, who are you? I became a billionaire at the age of 25. I have worked all my life and I have asked him to come for public debate. I do not commission 3.5-kilometer roads. I commission 35-kilometer roads. I commission twin flyovers running into 1 kilometer. I commission mega projects with little resources. So if he says he has done well and is Mr. Do this or that, let him come for a public debate with me. Let's start with our childhood. I so let me take that again. I have worked all my life and I have worked all my life and I have asked him to come for a public debate. I do not commission 3.5-kilometer roads. I commission 35-kilometer roads. I commission twin flyovers running into 1 kilometer. I commission mega projects with little resources. So if he says he has done well and is Mr. This or that, let him come for a public debate with me. Let's start with our childhood so I am not disturbed. Correspondents had published a report about how Wike revealed Justice Iyankekwo of the Federal High Court as the judge he uses for dirty jobs. Wike had, during his recent inauguration of the reconstructed 3.5-kilometer Eastern Bypass in Port Harcourt, said he was behind the sacking of David Umahi as governor of Ebonyi State. You carry the vote of another party and join another party. Can you transfer votes? If you are defecting, leave the seat. And this will checkmate most of these political harlots who will never sit in one place, looking for excuses here and there. You can't take our property and say we should close our mouths. How can we close our mouths and say those who are behind it? We are behind it. If your friends don't want to tell you, me, I am involved. So nobody should threaten us. You are not our friend. You are not a member of our party. Leave what belongs to our party, Wike had boasted. Umahi left the PDP in November 2020 and attributing the action to the injustice done to the Southeast. Consequently, the PDP instituted a suit against the governor, his deputy, the APC, and the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. In his judgment, Justice Ekwo held that having defected to the APC, both Umahi and his deputy had been dumping the PDP, also forfeited the votes that belonged to the party. He added that going by the outcome of the governorship election, the offices of the governor and deputy in Ebonyi State belongs to the plaintiff and no other political party. However, sources at the Federal High Court in Abuja told correspondents that Justice Ekwo is known as a Wike judge. They added that the judicial officer is so enmeshed with Wike that the governor permanently has lawyers stationed in his court to monitor his cases. Were you surprised when Governor Umahi criticized Justice Ekwo over the judgment, describing him as a hatchet man? Justice Ekwo is known as Wike Judge here. He is so enmeshed with Wike that Wike permanently has lawyers stationed in his court to monitor his cases. The Rivers State governor is known as the golden boy of the judiciary over his ability to bribe judges at all levels. He was known to have awarded the contract of the building of the Court of Appeal to a sitting judge, President of the Court of Appeal, then Justice Zainab Balkachua. Back to Justice Ekwo, some of the cases with him are Wike cases which Wike is directly or indirectly involved in, a source has said. Another source added, the Ebonyi governor didn't lie when he said we were in trouble in this country because justice could now be purchased anyhow, and the reckless statement of Wike yesterday confirmed that. He has turned Justice Ekwo to his homeboy. This same judge was used to remove Showore as AAC chair and Malcolm Fabiyi as his deputy. He refused to hear the case on merit, and when he gave the judgment, he refused to make copies available before going on vacation. When correspondents wrote about this unethical behavior, he hurriedly called off the vacation. He hurriedly called off the vacation to make a copy of the judgment available. Ever since then, he has avoided Showore's cases assigned to him. He typically returns them to the chief judge. So there it is right there. The fight between Wike and Umahi continues. Lacking an intellectual retard is what Umahi has essentially called Wike, and he goes on to add that he doesn't commission 3.5 kilometers roads, he commissions mega projects. An invitation to a public debate, certainly one that I'm looking forward to if Wike is brave enough to take it on. So still with Umahi, I am unbothered by court ruling on my sack. I have added weight, Governor Umahi. Governor David Umahi of Ebonyi has said that he is not worried about the recent court judgment removing him from office. On March the 8th, a federal high court sitting in Abuja ordered the removal of Umahi and his deputy Eric Igwe over their defection from the People's Democratic Party PDP to the All Progressive Congress APC. Speaking on Wednesday, March the 23rd, after a meeting with President Mohamed Buhari in Abuja, the Ebonyi governor said it is against the constitution for him to have been sued in the first instance. I am not worried because in the first instance, there is no constitutional provision that says that the governor can be sued. So I am not suable. But a court judgment is a court judgment. I am not interpreting it, but I can speak to the Constitution, and the Constitution says that once you are elected, you enjoy immunity. As Supreme Court says, vote cast in an election belongs to the candidate, and that is why you have qualifications of a candidate and not qualifications of a political party. So I am not worried. God allowed it so that God allowed it so that there were so this doesn't write well is why I'm hesitant to read it. Well, I'll read it as it's written. God allowed it so that where okay, let's try one more time. God allowed it so that where I couldn't reach in terms of my consultation in contesting the presidency, this situation has made it possible for me to reach those places and to truly see that Nigerians love me and they want me, and that is the reason for that. And I want to thank the PDP and even the man that boasted that he did the hatchet job. If the people that crucified Christ knew that it would bring salvation to the whole world, they would not have done that. So the hatchet man that boasted is like Judas Iscariot, and I have no worries because the Constitution is clear. I have confidence in the judiciary, and you can see I have added weight in these few days, and I'm looking more handsome, he said. So there it is right there. A man not worried, but continuing to lament and insist that he's not worried. So when somebody is telling you that they are not worried, they know that they are very worried. Ruling APC governors accept Buhari's choice of Adamu as consensus national chairman of the party. To ensure a hitch-free convention on Saturday, President Mohamed Buhari and the governors elected on the All Progressive Congress APC ticket agreed on a unity list based on consensus. At a meeting held at the presidential villa with 16 governors in attendance, Buhari expressed his preference for a former Nasarawa State Governor, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, as the national chairman. 7 persons, including a former governor of Nasarawa State, Tanko Al-Mukaru, Senator Sani Musa Niger, a former governor of Zamfara State, Abdulaziz Yari, Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernment Affairs, Senator George Akume, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, Turaki Ilorin, Tulaki Ilorin, and Saliu Mustafa and Saudu Etsu had bought forms for the national chairmanship position. According to correspondents, a governor from the Northwest said there was no objection when the endorsement of Adamo was raised. He said the issue of the national secretary was also resolved. Another source, whilst corroborating the governor's statement, said during the Villa meeting, the governors aligned themselves with President Buhari's position on Adamu. They aligned with the president's position on Adamu as the national chairman, whilst other positions are as per the zoning earlier approved by the president, the source said. It was gathered that the governors were putting finishing touches on the unity list of other members of the National Working Committee in line with the earlier zoning arrangement approved by the president during his previous meeting with them. Briefing journalists after the meeting, the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, PGF, and governor of Kebbi State, Atiku Bagudu, said a truce had been reached to fill the NWC positions through consensus. He said the PGF was in support of the chairmanship candidate backed by President Buhari, although he refused to name the candidate. He said, "Today, we all briefed Mr. President on the issue of distributing political party offices to the respective zones and our support for Mr. President's endorsement of the candidate for the national chairman of the party and the various geopolitical zones took turns to brief the president on what they have been doing to generate consensus in their respective zones amongst the National Working Committee and zonal party positions that have been either allocated to the zones or which the zones are entitled to. Most of the zones have been allocated NWC positions that are fewer than the number of states. But however, there are zonal executive committees from which the zones are working to produce a consensus list. So this afternoon, the respective zones, Governor Abubakar Bello briefed on behalf of the North Central, Governor Baba Gana Zulum on behalf of the Northeast, Governor Baduru Abubakar of Jigawa State on behalf of the Northwest, Governor David Umahi on behalf of the Southeast, and Governor Kayode Fayemi briefed the president on behalf of the Southwest. I further mentioned the position of the South-South to the president as I had on paper. Abagudu, however, said that aspirants who opposed the consensus option were free to run in the coming convention. He said the APC as a democratic party will not bar anybody from exercising their rights. It was learned that a former president of the Senate, Ken Namani, was also picked by consensus as the deputy national chairman South, whilst Abubakar Yari is the consensus candidate for deputy national chairman North. Correspondents last Saturday reported that Adamu was the candidate that would emerge as the national chairman of the party. Former Senate President Ken Namani is being penned down for the deputy chairman Southeast, a source had told correspondents, amongst other things. So there you have it now. It's just a paddy-paddy system. So what is the purpose of the convention? All decisions already made. There it is right there. So there it didn't even attend screening though, but that's the travesty of it. But then that is Nigeria for you. Reason Buhari keeps borrowing to run Nigeria. Debt Management Office attempts to defend the indefensible. The Debt Management Office says borrowing by countries to finance budget deficits and critical infrastructures is not necessarily bad. Patience Oniha, DMO Director General, said on Thursday in Lagos she spoke on the sideline of an awareness program on security issuance organized by her office. Ms. Oniha said government borrowings were done by all countries worldwide, mostly to financial. Okay, let me take that entirely all over again. The debt manage and this is the debt management office says borrowing by countries to finance budget deficits and critical infrastructures is not necessarily bad. Patience Oniha, DMO Director General, said on Thursday in Lagos she spoke on the sideline of an awareness program on security issuance organized by her office. Ms. Oniha said government borrowings were done by all countries worldwide, mostly to finance critical infrastructure. According to her, the multiplier effect of quality infrastructure on a country's economy cannot be quantified. She added that successive Nigerian governments have had to resort to borrowing to fund budget deficits, adding that annual budgets would be affected if funds were not raised to support them. The issue of debt has become topical in Nigeria, that sometimes it is almost the issue of debt has become topical in Nigeria, that sometimes it almost looks as if borrowing is an offense or a crime, Ms. Inoha had said. The first thing we must understand is that countries across the world borrow, be it poor countries, advanced countries, developed countries, emerging markets, they all borrow. The Director General said that the advent of C-19 had also made borrowing imperative for some countries. In Nigeria we borrow to finance budget deficits. Sometimes we borrow to finance specific projects and services like railways and airports. Financing infrastructure is an economy itself. It creates jobs across all sectors, the Director General said. We also borrow to finance maturing loan obligations like the federal government of Nigeria bonds and Nigeria Treasury bills. According to her, there are statutory laws that regulate borrowings by governments at various levels and prevent abuse of the process. The Fiscal Responsibility Act states that borrowing should be for capital purposes and for human capital development. The DMO Act is also clear, especially on external borrowings, she said. So there it is right there. She attempts to defend what is essentially indefensible. So the critical part really is the last paragraph. The Fiscal Responsibility Act states that borrowing should be for capital purposes. So capital purposes, we are assuming to mean capital projects, although there's ambiguity in that already. So it should state with clarity capital projects, not purposes, but for human capital development as well. So human capital development is training, empowering people, etc. So with that loophole, you can borrow for anything. And that is what they've been doing, including looting. So looting is human capital development, because if you loot money now, you develop yourself, don't you? So it's the whole thing is just a farce. It's a total farce. So we land on this, the last readout. Anti-graft agency EFCC seizes Obiano's passport as former Anambra governor regains freedom. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC has released former governor of Anambra State Willie Obiano after he perfected his bail conditions. The former governor was arrested last week by the anti-graft agency a few hours after handing over to the current governor, Charles Soludo. He was given administrative bail on Wednesday evening. According to correspondents, Obiano's passport was seized by the EFCC as part of his bail condition. Conditions that should read: Obiano was arrested last Tuesday at the Muritala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, whilst on his way to the United States of America. The EFCC spokesman had told correspondents that Obiano was on their watch list prior to his arrest. The former governor was subsequently transferred to the headquarters of the commission, where he was quizzed for days over alleged mismanagement of 5 billion naira sure pay money, 37 billion naira security votes withdrawn in cash, as well as some inflated contracts. Soludo, in an interview with Arise TV on Tuesday, said he met only 300 million naira in the state treasury when he assumed office. He added that he also inherited 400 billion naira in debt. Soludo said, in terms of debt I inherited, it runs into hundreds of billions of naira. In that of cash, we met about 300 million only. In fact, let's not talk about it. Our treasury is funny. I hope we shall make money henceforth to help us fulfill our promises for infrastructure and development of the state. But in terms of what I met in our coffers, my brother, it is pathetic. Please, let us not go there. God will help us. So, in terms of what I met in our treasury, it is pathetic. Please, my brother, let us not go there. God will help us. Heaven helps those who help themselves. So, if he emptied the treasury, then seek to arrest him. That is what you must do. Yes, God help us, but seek to arrest him. If he stole all the money, he must be arrested. But then, of course, he's been granted bail now. So we await now the medical note that will get his passport back and he'll be on his way to America. So there it is right there, the Nigerian situation. It never changes. Gentlemen, I see you. Solly, I see you. Charlie Boy, I see you. Ajahn Koko, I see you. And Ovie, I see you. So good to see you all, gentlemen. So let me go first to Ovie, see if it's ready. Ovie, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Good to have you, Ovie. So Ovie, so to that space now, we were laboring hard on it. Adamu
It looks
confirmed
like
now.
Ovie just woke up.
Ovie, it always looks like Ovie just woke up now. Is your partner now? Is that thing that you two take now? You know how it is now.
That's fake news.
Look at pass the
Sorry,
dotty
one
on the
man.
right hand side.
If you check your private chat, I think Jake Igbo want one man if whatever I wanted. He said if you want to go first.
Okay. Okay, let's go to him. That's Charlie Boy. He always wants to go first. So, okay, let's go to him then. Oh, okay. If you want to go to him, then give you a moment. So, Charlie Boy, then are you ready?
No.
Yes,
I'm ready. I've been awake. I just wanted to know how it's
No, don't worry. Go grab yourself a coffee. Let's rattle through with Charlie Boy because Ovie, this fast life that I've been telling you, you have to get yourself a wife. This is what you say. But let's go with Charlie Boy as Ovie.
I got you.
As Ovie gets himself together. So Charles, then the ongoing battle then in between Wike and what's it called? Dave Umahi. So he's accusing him of being a looter and lacking in intellectual capacity, and Wike threatening that he's going to get him sacked as governor. So what are you then making of this never-ending saga between these two elements?
I think these two people are acting like babies, in my opinion. And even
Look at that.
Umahi should
It's
sit down.
something, isn't it? When Charles is accusing somebody, God Almighty,
It,
carry on.
even even Umahi, that guy is a baby. You know he made a mistake. Just own your mistake and just move on. Don't fight over Wike. You know Wike is a criminal. No, Wike is a dangerous guy. If I was Umahi, I would just settle her down. You know who the guy Wike is.
Who do you think will win in that fight? Wike versus Umahi.
I
Who do
think
you
Wike
think will
will
win?
win because Wike is a criminal and Wike is a big criminal. He's a scary dude. So Umahi should probably settle down about
Yeah.
that guy for his life.
Wike is just Wike will give him the flogging of his life. You know
But
this.
but Wike is bad, but Wike is making a good point. Like Umahi, I think that guy should settle down. He made a mistake. If PDP voted for it, all people voted for PDP. So why do you change to APC and made it your government? See, he made a mistake.
You see, a lot of people they want that judgment to hold, not because they care or don't care about Obiano. Nobody really cares. Look, I didn't even know he was existed as a human being until this story. Nobody cares about him or his state, but that judgment is something that rankles with the Nigerian person. That somebody can go and take votes with one party and then immediately defect to another party. If you knew that other party was what the state wanted, why didn't you go to that party and use it as the vehicle, the platform with which you seek votes? You can't do that now. It's morally repugnant and it looks as though it's actually illegal.
And nothing bad about that governor Umahi. He's been in the airport that's pointless. He's been a big airport that's very pointed for the state. In Borneo State, it's a very poor state. He's been a big airport. What's the point of being an airport when people don't have money to even fly the planes? Fly.
When is it building? I didn't. No, it's Ibonya, not Anambra now. What airport are they building in?
They actually been an airport. That guy's been an airport. Waste
Is
of
it
money.
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it actually is. And the waste of money. Big airport, waste of money. You see, this is a problem. This is a problem with a lot of these governors. They built project that waste of money.
You know what they call that, Charles? They call it white elephant project.
Yeah.
It's just some big shiny thing that it's not what the people need. The people cannot afford to use it, and it just stands there like a monument as the people continue to fight to eat. They don't
Jake,
need
welcome to
shiny,
Nigeria.
They don't need
Welcome to
shiny
Nigeria.
airports now. They need food. They need road to get into the interior so that the interior can bring the food to the cities and an economy is established. Not some ridiculous. What do they? Who travels in Ebonyi?
No,
Do they even know? They don't know what an airplane looks like in Ebonyi State.
Yeah,
Never mind.
I think the reason why Umar is building airport, he realized Anambra is building airport, so he want to build airport too. He just probably
But this is it now.
It's jealousy.
It's rivalry, isn't it? But no, that's the bigger. We have a lot of problems in Nigeria. That's one of the main ones. They just build all these projects and then abandon it halfway, and then start another meaningless project and then abandon it halfway. And it's true all over the country.
It's because they don't have any obligation to make profits. That's why.
Yes, but they don't have obligation to make profit, but they can point the spend towards what the people need. Because it's not really government's place to be making profit, but they should be providing for people to be able to make profit.
One man, this is one of the only reasons why I say like maybe Tinubu should be president, because I don't think they build this kind of white elephant projects and all this kind of, I don't think Tinubu he will always want to focus on making profit.
Tinubu is the best.
What is the Soli saying? You don't think Tinubu? What do you know about Tinubu? What of all the landed property and all the rest that government property?
No, that is different from
that you are stolen. It's the same thing. Is it not all
It's a different topic. This one is borrowing money. This is borrowing money to invest.
To steal money, not to steal
but that's not what we're talking about, though. But that's not what we're talking about, though.
Okay. What do you
That's
know that
another
Tinubu
topic.
did that is yielding profit? What do you know that he did in Lagos that is yielding profit or beneficial to people of Lagos?
The free trade zone that we discussed yesterday,
Don't
that's
let us go
already
there again.
5 billion,
Don't let us
5 billion.
fight. Oh. Don't let us
We
fight.
have we
It's
have
too
the
early.
Lekki toll gate.
I beg. May we they make our breakfast, make it go down well now. So make you no fight. I beg. Make we connect. Obi, I be waiting with you. See the thing. See the thing. Make it okay. See the thing. See the Let it okay. Where they cash money into his pocket. Wait till they talk.
But is it not
Maybe
is it
no
not
fight.
for
I
profit?
beg. Maybe no. It's too
Is it
early.
not for
Maybe no fight
profit?
this
A
morning.
white elephant project. And
But
then
it-
you have the
They
intercity
But one-
train
replaced
line that they are
Moldwell. They
building.
have
but
replaced
one, the one
Moldwell
that
with
sad
BRT.
part about the airport woman.
How
Eh?
about that?
There's
Do you know? Do you know where he have
intercity
his
train line.
TVC? Do you know the TVC station? Do you
Okay,
know it
that's
was
what happened.
former? It was former
Okay,
Lagos
but
State Polytechnic.
does that station not make profit?
Hold
It
on.
provides
No,
employment
it's
for the
private.
people.
Is privately owned though. It's privately owned.
That place was formerly Lagos State Polytechnic property. This guy took it and he built his private station and he's making money into his pocket. And you are saying
Well,
that
that's one of I've pointed out this problem also. I was one of the first to point it out in this platform.
so these are the
So
things. We don't solely. I beg, no go that route. Just leave that.
no, I
All
just
right.
I said this is
So
one of the reasons why I feel like I didn't say in total.
yeah. Sorry. Let's get back to Charlie Boy and
Yeah.
have him round up his
Yeah,
thoughts
yeah.
on
There are positives and
Back,
negatives.
back to you, Charles.
Yeah,
Back
I'm
to you,
saying
Charles.
that the
Who's
government
that? Oh
keep
no, that's
yeah, the government keep
Xero
on
working his
necessary project. And
machinery.
the sad part about the airport, you know, when he built the airport, some villages have relocated from that land. He built the airport. It was a money.
No, we discussed this yesterday. If the villages have to be because they have to site these things somewhere now, they have to site infrastructure somewhere, and there's no free land anywhere now. So wherever they put something, somebody owned it now. It's somebody's land. So just so long as they are adequately treated and properly, remunerated and compensated, then that's fine. But they have to put the infrastructure somewhere now. So I
Yeah.
mean.
I believe too, but I believe we look at the videos to build an airport. It was some money, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I
if
agree.
like in the hospital or airport, this one building an airport.
Yeah, exactly.
And he won't be the biggest airport in Nigeria. That guy. It was some money. He can't be the biggest airport in Nigeria. That's just a joke.
Why would you even want the biggest airport in Ebonyi State? What happens in Ebonyi State? Even the people from in Ebonyi State, they are looking to escape. Nobody wants to. They want to get out of there, and you are trying to. I suppose they need the airport to escape.
Yeah,
So
you see that's it goes even the new. I'm sorry, even the new terminal Lagos is pointless.
no, that's not pointless. So Lagos is one of the most trafficked airports in Africa.
It's a good terminal, but it's not. To me, it's a good terminal, but it's money, but not that. It's not like great compared to other airports.
No, nothing is great in Nigeria now. Not because they don't spend the money, but because the money does not impact the space.
I think the best terminal would be like the one have the one have Ethiopia. That terminal is very beautiful. That's be the best terminal.
What is your obsession with East Africa? It's always Ethiopia and Kenya and Rwanda.
If you look at that terminal in Ethiopia, it's very beautiful terminal. High glass. They have shops on good. They have
they have shops in the Nigerian airports too.
No, I'm just showing you. See, we Nigerians can.
And they serve jollof rice. Do they serve jollof rice in Ethiopian airport?
No, I'm just saying.
No. Ask now. Do they serve jollof rice in Ethiopian airport?
Ethiopia airport, okay.
In Nigeria, they serve jollof rice now.
Airport now, airport too.
No, this is what Charles is saying. Anything East African is safe to
airport too.
I'm saying you agree with me. They are OSCs. They are all the women around the airport and Ethiopia. You agree with me? They stand out.
No, but you guys
they stand back in the world.
You see, me Nigeria can stop complaining. We should compare to other West African countries who are actually doing good. That we should compare.
Okay. Alexander Akase is wanting to ask you if you have ever been to East Africa. Have you ever been to East Africa?
agenda. I don't mean East Africa. I know East Africa is more developed compared to West Africa. That's a fact.
He's watching all these things on YouTube.
Yeah, it's all these YouTube clips,
No,
you
that's
know.
true. Okay,
You know that on YouTube they present their best food. They
No,
present
but
the
one minute,
best images to you.
here's the truth. You know what it is to most visitors when go to Africa, they go to East Africa. That's a fact. Do you know why?
How do you know that? Have you seen data? Have you seen data?
No. The reason why most eating go West Africa do not a good place to go. What's fun? They're all bad roads. They don't care about wildlife. In East Africa,
Most people actually go to Ghana, especially during the year of return.
that's
They are all in Ghana. All the black Americans now live in Ghana. Stevie Wonder lives in Ghana. Did you know that?
No, I've asked people when it's Africa. I ask people what country go to Africa. Oh, say East Africa.
Yeah, because for the safari now, they want to go and do safari to pretend like they are white people.
You know what they say that? Because they say that West Africa is too dangerous. That's what you usually tell me. I'm not lying.
And because they are docile as well over there, you know they are not docile in the. You can't come to Nigeria and be wanting to do Onyibo, but you can go to East Africa and do Onyibo. You don't do Onyibo in Nigeria. You either fit in or you get out.
The one that shows me something's going on in West Africa that needs to be fixed.
You just want to say that inspired look at this guy.
I'm saying it too. That's a dangerous sign. Something Africa needs to fix something. Something's going wrong. Because it's Africa, people going there. It has a potential to be a
East Africa has traditionally been a place of visit just because of the landscape, the wildlife. There's some game reserve. I can't quite remember. Is it Mansas? And then they have this culture as well. These tall people that wear these skirts. So they have all of those, and I think women like those. You know those? What are they called again? You know those people.
To attract a lot of
no, the Maasai people or something. These people that just wear this cloth. You know, the Maasai warriors. So they have all of these things. So it's not for any infrastructure. It's for the wildlife and the culture.
Kenya is building the best highway in Africa. You know that the best
highway.
No. It's not Nairobi Express. It's the best.
Well, Nigeria did that 30 years ago when we built Lagos, when we built the third mainland bridge.
It's a joke. Do you know why? I saw the highway in Nairobi, Kenya. My God, Nigeria is well behind. I swear.
Stop comparing all this.
I don't know.
That's the longest. This is the best highway in Africa. I'm saying that's just something. Africa is doing something wrong. I keep saying it.
Africa is doing something wrong. You mean West Africa?
West Africa is not doing something great. We should learn.
Only Nigeria in Africa you can point to at least 10 cities in a country. Only in Nigeria and Africa you can point to 10 cities in Africa. No other country can boast of that.
I don't know.
A few other countries have like 1, 2, 3 cities as most.
I know, but we are long.
Why are you comparing that kind of state with just like you comparing?
No, we have to compare.
You can't. They are not comparable. Those are small countries.
A smart person, a smart human being will realize the mistake and fix it. But West Africa not realize the mistakes. That's what we're so behind.
But they are not identify what you know. There's a lot wrong with West Africa, but not the things that you are listing. You know.
No.
So you are right, but you are citing the wrong examples.
West Africa are beautiful people. The beautiful people. It's a system in West Africa. It's called employment. Yeah. Why people don't do the reason why people don't. The system. We need to fix our system.
No, we concede that. We are still trying to perfect the system. It's a fleggling democracy. It's a new creation, a lot of the West African space. And did you know you know that it's a new creation. All the what now constitutes units within West Africa is relatively new. Nigeria is just a completely. It's a new. In fact, it's an experiment. It's a world experiment.
And here's another
putting all these divergent people together and asking them to.
Here's not West Africa. Keep working
still,
for.
No matter what the country is going to, you can't. All these countries you are measuring, you cannot just.
No. Charles has already made up his mind. So.
West Africa doesn't.
Any content.
But we'll be hitting another part with Africa. West Africa don't care about the culture. That's the reason why you know.
What do you mean they don't care about their? Of course they care about that. Have you ever? You do not. No, who cares about their culture more than an Igbo man? Is it humanly possible?
Yeah,
It's not
They
humanly
come online
possible
to attack me. They come
it's
online
not
to
humanly
attack me.
possible to care about your culture more than an Igbo man. What do you mean they don't care about their culture?
Listen what I'm saying. Listen is better than none. Listen, I'm saying this. West Africa don't care, but in 50 years from now, a lot of languages will have a part in die out. Reason why? We have to use the Eastern model. In South Africa, they speak the language as everything. In Kenya, Swahili is official language. Kenya and Swahili.
No, English.
Language.
No, not Swahili. English is
No,
the official
that's
language.
false. No, don't say
In
that.
Kenya, English
Kenya,
is the
official language is English.
It's not Swahili. What are you talking about, Charles?
See, woman, don't play jokes. I'm
not playing. You are the one playing jokes. They speak English. Is their official? It's not Swahili now, Charles. It's not Swahili.
I think Jake has some dreamland imaginary.
No.
Kenya.
You see, there's a commonality of Swahili in that East African coast. Kenya, Tanzania. There's a commonality of, but the official language is English.
The official language is English.
In Kenya.
Yes, it's Swahili.
My goodness me! All right, Charles. So that's your homework.
You see, West Africa don't want to hear the truth.
I was in Kenya.
That's the issue.
I was in Kenya in 2010.
That's the issue. You don't want to hear the truth. That's the issue. That's why.
Okay, don't worry. Charles will not. It just wants the truth will set you free. Charles, the truth will set you free. Listen to the truth, Charles.
All these now YouTube paperapy.
Look at Charles. Swahili is the official language of Kenya. When did that happen? I did not get that memo. Did you get the memo? When did that?
Now YouTube paperapy.
No, what the problem was, we don't want to hear the truth. The problem was
that is not
want to hear the truth.
No, we don't want to hear it. We don't hear it until it's too late.
Charles, take this as gospel. Swahili is not the official language of Kenya. English
that's
is.
Not true.
No, I am telling you, just so accept it as I've told you.
Myself.
Yes, in 2010, I was in Kenya, lived in Kasarani and Nairobi on government official duty. No business.
No.
The official language there is in English.
No. Listen, in Kenya they speak Swahili as official language and English both. But in Nigeria, they don't do that.
We do that if you want to. It's in the constitution.
If you want to speak English as a foreign language, see, that's the problem. You see, now you know what I'm talking about. In Kenya, they speak English and Swahili as both official language. That's what.
Okay. Let's put it this way. What language do they use to write agreements and document positions in Kenya? What language?
They use Swahili and English
to write.
I don't know why we are even discussing this. Why would they discuss themselves? You are not.
No, it's Charles. I know. I want him to. If he wants to, I want him to take away knowledge. I want him to take away the knowledge. Take the knowledge.
On something you can pull up easily. People are telling you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Charles. But go and research that and make sure you come back.
Everyone here, if you want a better future, listen to the truth. But
listen to the truth. But where you are telling us Swahili is the official.
Charles, Google it right now. Google it right now yourself and tell us what you see.
Don't actually help Nigeria to be able.
Oh goodness me!
All
right. Okay.
Charles, my boy. Google it right now and tell us what you see. Tell us. Google it yourself right there.
Charles, you are right. You are right. Okay, you are right.
No, it's not right, though. No, you are wrong. So just and do as Ajanle Koko said. Just Google now and tell us. Hold on. Go do that and then go research what you just said. And before this session ends, come tell us what you found. Let's go on.
Listen.
I can't believe we are actually going back and forth on that.
I don't know. We spent 10-15 minutes now.
I think
he's right.
Nigeria.
You are right. Okay.
This was the federal government of Nigeria to do. This to make Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, and all like official language with English of Nigeria to make official, not local. That actually help us.
Okay. Well, I think we may be arguing for. I think.
Thank you.
Folks, Swahili and English are official languages in Kenya. Actually, so well, there you are.
Thank you. May God bless you.
All right. Well, I don't know
you
about
said
that.
Swahili. You didn't say Swahili and English.
I did say that.
All right. All right. So thank you,
What?
Alexander
Yeah,
Gomez. For,
the
I just
same
see.
thing you are
I
saying
just show you a new
again.
fact.
Just
Now
listen.
you guys are learning.
Just listen. Even in your own Nigerian constitution, you are allowed
oh,
to
oh,
speak.
oh.
It's not that it's not allowed.
All right. I don't know that.
They
I'll
are
have to go
allowed.
and do my research on that, So,
Okay, so
but
Charles, we have to give kudos to Charles. Oh, he has
yeah.
enlightened us this morning.
Yes.
I mean,
this is the thing, though. He
yeah.
knows what he's talking about, and he's
You know what?
sticking by it,
Yeah,
and
they
he's
stood
sticking.
by
He
it.
won't be bullied.
Yeah.
So he won't be bullied by anybody. So
Yeah.
well done, Charles. But I will go
Mhm.
and research that myself now and find
Mhm.
out, because I'm not aware that Swahili is an official language.
It-
It may be the widest spoken language, but the language of business is the official language, or the language that they use in the courts, in the parliament. That is the official language. So how do they document their records? That's the official language. So if they are doing it in Swahili, then well
You
done to
also
the
said that the
Kenyans. Eh?
governor of Anambra State is out of bail. Is that right?
Yeah, no, so Charles, let me move on to Ovie for reasons
Okay.
of time,
Thank
because we spent so much time on the Swahili. What's it?
May
So
God bless all you
Ovie,
guys.
and you too, Charles. So Ovie, to you then, and to what Charles was looking to initiate a conversation on catch and release. Of course, I mean this is a no news. So they've released David Umahi. Of course, they've seized his passport. So the next phase in this
Obiano.
little drama is for him to come out
You mean
with a
Obiano?
medical.
You mean Obiano? Not Obiano.
Obiano, yes. So the next phase now is for him surely to come up with a medical note. So what are you making of the latest development?
I
Does it
didn't
catch
even,
you by surprise?
that is the only comes to mind. That's an excuse that they normally use. Yes,
Yeah, but is that not the form? They'll say he has medical needs, and then that he has to fly abroad for medical treatment, and then this was you suffer your share now.
He said, make it just donate part of that money to APC campaign towards the.
How do you think he got his release? They would have cut their share now, and then.
No, they will give her the passport back after
yeah.
that. Maybe they never see agree on some kind terms. That's why, or they just want to, as a warning to potential people who are on their list. So that's what they're about doing. But as you said, that's a good excuse you will use, that you form a medical whatever, they will leave. But it's just sad that the people, I mean, we the people or the citizens of Anambra are not even alarmed. They don't even care. Because, I won't say they don't care, but they are not doing anything about it. If it's obvious that, yes, this man is under investigation of that amount, the citizens should take to the street or do something about it. Because this is money that will go a long way to actually, but this is their money. Regardless of how we want to put it, this is their money. But but I won't be surprised before you know it, the man will raise a coalition or supporters to start shouting victimization.
No, they've already started now. We saw Governor Pastor Ebube Monso that
that's why at times they always take position. We they see things they play out before us. We contribute.
No, but that's the real tragedy of Nigeria. They are stealing in open glare. They don't. A thief we hide too. They steal openly in Nigeria. So they told us this guy stole 37 billion, and now he's been granted his bail. Fair enough, but we've seen it before now. They say they seize his passport. You'll tell them he has medical needs. They'll give the passport back, and the next thing you see are clips of him enjoying the loot in some abroad country.
Yeah. So if that is just the consequences, tell me how the next person will not do worse. Because we already know how it's going to play out. If I reach I know how it will play out. So it's not just the leaders. That's why I keep saying that now we empower the leaders. You can only come to my house and treat it the way you meet it. If you meet my house very clean, to drop the T-cell, your conscience will tell you, man, this is not how you meet it. But if you come my house and don't care, just with time, you say, go care with the treat them as you like. That's exactly how these leaders are. They know we know if we do anything. There's nothing we can do. They know. So we are in there. So I will be forced to be with Charles in this one. There's so many things that need to be changed, but it has to start from us, the citizens.
All right.
Ove, I disagree with you. There is something that can be done. There are many things actually that can be done.
I'm not saying there's nothing that can be done. I say, what are we doing about it? I'm not saying, of course, there's a solution, but are we doing it?
Yes, that's the problem.
Yeah, no, of course, there are always something. And maybe we do something about that, but we are not not interested. We just believe the God will do it. Now, God, we all want to go.
Let me tell you, Ovie, right there. You see, Nigerian people will have done a lot to correct what we are seeing happening. But do you know what is stopping us from doing it? The fraudulent constitution that we have. The fraudulent constitution that protect politicians, that gave them immunity. It gave the governors immunity to continue stealing. It gave the president immunity as well. So for the whole 8 years, people that are given immunity to steal as much as they can, and everybody knows that, yes, once I get there, I am immune. Nothing can happen to me. That is what prevented the people from doing anything.
Okay, Ajani Koko, can I ask you this question?
I'll respond to that. Ajani Koko, this is not an excuse. So we
hold on. That is one aspect.
Ajani Koko, wait.
Okay. Ajani Koko, nobody will disagree with you that the constitution are wrong thing. Nobody, no Nigerian. But what are we doing about it? We know our problem. Nobody we don't know. If we don't know our problem, we know our problem. We know it. But what are we doing about it?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Sorry, come. Yeah, sorry, come.
What is stopping all the lawyers in Anambra, all the elites, from making sure that this person gets jailed back? What is stopping them from filing a case, spending their money to make sure that this person doesn't come out of custody? They have elites.
Why would they do that, though? Why would they do that?
Lawyers just in that state that can.
Why would they do that? Why would the private individual?
Why should they not?
Why should they? They are private. It's the duty of government. No, it's the duty of governance now. Why would I, as a private lawyer, take time and resources out of my own life to do that which the government should do?
Life. If government is not going to do it, you can do it. So you cannot just sit down on your ass and be complaining. They can do something. When I was living in Lagos, there was a lawyer that was always fighting for all these things for us in the community. He didn't wait and say that is government duty. He fought for us to get third road in that community. He fought for us to get government water. He fought for us to get the best transformer and to get this is what the private lawyers were doing. So what is the excuse of all the lawyers in Anambra State?
No, Soli, you will agree with me that your community were behind that guy. So before the lawyers in Anambra will stand up and say we want to do that, the people had to be behind them.
Must the people be behind them? Is it a must?
Yes.
Is it a requirement?
Yes. They are private individuals. You know, if you win by themselves, this is a case before the. No, but how can you prove?
Okay, but is this not a good start?
Everybody be behind you.
But is this not a good start? If all the lawyers came together
I
look for support.
I agree with you. We, the people, now even the lawyers, are they not part of the citizenry? Now we know the problem. Just as Ajale go put it, the constitution now is wrong. We all know this. I don't think anybody will disagree with you that the constitution is...
Okay. Sorry, guys. Let me just do a bit of tidying up because, I like to I speak to facts somewhat. And I was pushing so hard against Charles that I feel that I should also push as hard to take the correction that because Charles is actually factually right. Kenya is a multilingual country. The Bantu Swahili language and English, the latter being inherited from colonial rule, are widely spoken as the lingua franca. They serve as the two official working languages, including second language speakers. There are more speakers of Swahili than English in Kenya. So Charles is actually right, and well done, Charles, for sticking to your guns. Because I was so incredulous, I was actually almost kicking him to accept what I was saying. But well done for sticking to your guns, and you were right. So just to acknowledge that. So carry on, LV.
So kudos to Charles from bringing a very useful information to the world this morning, to us and the world. People listening to us. I mean, listening to us.
I was almost
Yes.
beating him down to accept
Yeah,
that, but he
but
said
that
no.
guy stood.
He said no.
He stood firm. He said no. Truth can only set you
Will
free.
set you free.
One
He's always
man.
been
No,
telling
that's the
us.
truth, man.
So yeah, you set me free today. Oh, he has set me free. Well done, Charles. So there it is. Yeah. So sorry, back to Ovie. Yeah.
But they widely communicate in English, even officially.
Yeah, but well,
Widely,
I don't know.
even
But
if
he
it
is
is
right in what he said. It's just really
on
the main thing.
paper,
Yeah.
yes. So Ayokule Agbolade, you saying Ovie, you say you know the Constitution of Nigeria is impediment to progress. You have never pushed against it on this platform. You just joined the platform, that's why. You just joined the platform. So yes, now we, as I said, nobody in Nigeria will actually, as a start, can win the argument that the Constitution is perfect. We all know, but the question is that what are we doing about it? We know our problem. That's why if you say I'm always on the side of the government, I know, because we know the problem. They do know. For the fact that we are not ready to do anything about it, now we empower them to do whatever they are doing. I mean, if I know I can steal 400 billion and all that to seize my international power for a minute, why would I go ahead and say we'll steal more? Because I know nothing. They don't do me anything. So the problem right here in us, we the governors, we are not playing our role. And I point out so many times here, people die fighting the military so we can have a democracy that everybody can have a say and participate. After we don't achieve that, we begin to say, oh, it's evil, it's wicked, we don't want. Of course it's evil. How can you turn that evil to good if you don't want to get dirty? That's where we are. I mean, you see, just like one man clearly read out, how would they pick the leaders, one man? Because they are very few. They are few in that process. If they want a leader of one region, they could put governor. If they want a leader of a committee, they could put governor. Are only the governors members of those political parties? If they want elect chairman, ex-governor, this not them, it's just them. Why? Because they say it's evil. We don't want it. It's not be like that. God go do them. God go do them. And every Nigerian wants to go to heaven. we don't know what we want. We won't go heaven. Consciously, we did deliberately work to go heaven. Go do what? I don't know. The process will make you go there smoothly. You don't want to participate, which is politics, as it is now.
But look, Ovie, I often feel that some of your commentaries it's not this lacking somewhat in sophistry. You just go to the standard, moral,
Now America
we cannot be indignant. It's a lot more complex than just to say it's to the people now.
That's our life. That's our now. That's all we have. What is the complex about that? Make your life better. Fight for it. You say it's complex. What is complex? Because most of us grew up knowing that everything we have are given to us by the colonial masters. So we know the thing to even do our own. So we wait. God go do them. God go punish them. Oh, this is. That's all we do. If you did, a politician go they retest, go they mention God in. What has God got to do what you are supposed to do? Umahi make one point as
pray for your salary.
That where he could not go, God has made it possible with all this fighting. Don't make him reach there. You understand?
Do you know what he meant by that? Do you know what he meant by that?
Of course, I know he was sitting with the president. News, everybody's talking about it. Nice on the news. That is the whole game.
Yeah. Yes. Now. So they are
playing. That's what I'm saying. He said once we could just put the amount of time we give to our religion in the name of going to heaven, if we just
it wasn't necessarily Spain. It was saying that what was essentially a conspiracy against him has actually served to propel his interest.
Yes,
but that's what I'm saying. He wasn't really speaking to religion. He was just saying,
is in our conscience already. Everything that God do.
No, we're religious people. We are not. Also.
Everything is put. They sing to our own conscience now because I don't already. Even if I achieve something today, now I say now God. No, our political problem.
You know, Ovie, do you know that if you lose control of your car that you're driving at high speed and it starts to hurtle towards an impact, you know, as you grab to correct that car, that car, what would you say? What would be the instinctual words that will come out of your
It
mouth?
depends. If I'm in Nigeria, I'll shout Jesus.
You will. If you're anywhere in the world, you'll shout Jesus or oh God. That is
no, that's if I'm in Nigeria or in America. I'll say, oh shit.
You will say, oh, no, because you are conditioned to do that. You know, if you are, that's what you call to. In your instinctually, you will. That's where you. That's, don't worry. Even in this country, they will say, "Oh God." In your country, America, they will say, "Oh God."
No.
Everywhere in the world, they will say, "Oh God." Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So many times.
I don't know what point you think you're making.
One man, I just tell you, once I step in Nigeria, culture before you know, I go believe God. Anything one no go talk, I feel so guilty.
Even in America, everywhere you say, "Oh God." People don't say shit. Normal people don't say, "Oh shit."
They say, I don't live the true life. Now they tell you how they react.
That's the true life. Nobody you come out go abroad. Everybody, we all. It's the same globally. When instinctually in your moment of impact in something that would never negatively impact you, you instinctually, without even thinking, go, "Oh God," or Jesus, or whatever it is. You reach.
Everybody know God. That everything I've gone. Before when I come out from Nigeria, I begin to understand. Say, some people not even know what that is.
They don't know what God is.
Yes.
Hey, look at this guy.
One man, see, maybe as time goes on in this platform, we will be some kind of people. We don't do this platform. Say, we will meet. I will take me waiting at the top and natural line. Yes, I met so many Chinese. I don't this Chinese guy before.
No, that's a different religion now. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
But it's a different faith worship now. But they still reach to a celestial being. Every culture reaches to a celestial being.
What are you even saying? Overall, we do understand what we are trying to say.
No, I don't understand what you are saying. You are talking.
No. The way they play God to come do things for us that we can actually solve is ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Oh, all right.
You understand? Go Sundays and Fridays, see how everybody they gather, they go there, but participate in what will make that worship glorious for you. No, it's evil. And we'll come here and blame our leaders. No, I will not join them to blame them. Mbanu, we know our problem. Our problem is not important. Our problem is not foreign. These men, the Obiano, the Buhari, the Shomole, all of them, they grow up just the way me and you grow up. Everything they know, we know. So what is the problem? If we all agree that the constitution needs to be amended, so what are we doing about it? But we prefer to just sit down and make noise.
You cannot say that people have not been doing anything at all.
We're not doing enough.
No. Let me tell you.
Atiku is still going for the sixth time. He no win. He's still going.
It's entitled now. What stops him?
Why
no
can't
matter
we
what
make
you want
our
to
own
say,
life
it's not
mission
enough.
to make sure
If it was
everything
enough,
well? Let's
there'll be
make it a
changes.
mission. If we fail, we keep trying. It's a marathon. Not because if we go 1-1, we lose, we're going to sit down and go back. No.
Ovie, you are right, but
most men, the men that govern us, they are never tired. Never.
okay, Ovie, you are right, but the problem with Nigeria, another problem, is the lack of exposure. All of us, if we had lived in Nigeria for a long time, once we left and we stayed abroad for a long time, we reach a point of realization where we start understanding the differences and start knowing our rights as a human being. Most Nigerians will never experience that. You going through that realization.
I agree with you on that.
No, all of us went through that. All of us.
Nigerians, an average Nigerian who never left the shores of Nigeria, has more knowledge about the global world than average Americans or average Britain who never come out for them.
No.
Yes.
No. There's a difference between experiencing and we're just watching it on TV. That's
No
why I said the
watching,
point of
no.
realization.
And every Nigeria, when they back come up for Nigeria, go stand at any stage, debate what's going on around the world than other people around the world. And when they back come up for Nigeria.
Okay, so why is Nigeria not working then?
That's what I'm saying. We know the problem. We don't want to attack it because we are so lazy. We
If they know so much, it's not about laziness.
By God.
It's not about laziness. There are a lot of religious countries too. If we are so knowledgeable, why don't we know that we are supposed to join and form coalition? Isn't that what all these Western nations did against their leaders? Why don't we know how to prepare? Even when Hitler was ruling, they still had Operation Valkyrie. Things like that. People were still being organized. People were still setting things. If we are so knowledgeable, why don't we know all these things? Why don't we know how to organize? Since we know everything,
first of all, we have to go back to
because
what Charles was trying to point out. We have to go back to what Charles was trying to point out. Ability for us to do our own thing. That is the first thing. And that's what slavery, colonization took from us. Because our lifestyle today is not as ability for us to
disagree.
Ours and make it the way we want is what we are lacking. And that's what
no. Before slavery came,
also have their own language and they make it official.
I disagree. Before slavery came, our tribal leaders were worse than all these current politicians that you see now. And we could not change them. We could not change them because it was true. They were doing slavery. Were they not doing human sacrifice? Were they not treating people however they wanted to treat and doing whatever to the people?
That is a global phenomenon. That's human thing. That's a global phenomenon.
No. I'm talking specifically about us.
So no, you know, the Yorubas, the Northerners. Everybody is doing it. As a human
it's not everybody's doing it. It's not everybody's doing it. There are still kingdoms out there. It's the British doing it to their people. It's the Netherlands Empire doing it to their people. What I'm trying to say is that the reason why the government we have right now was brought in by the British is so that we have the ability to be able to, if our leader is so wicked, we have the ability to be able to change the leader. Do you understand?
Are you saying democracy is a bad thing?
No, it's a good thing. It's better because now we can change our leaders.
Listen to yourself. You say we have to have the ability. We is the word there. We. So what
are
we not doing?
Ability? Exactly. It's lack of exposure.
It's not just exposure.
What exposure now?
Settle down over here. You don't get anything now. You keep insisting like you know it all.
I'm not angry.
There's a difference between hold on, experiencing it.
It's not just a seamless process that everything comes together and happens as it should. You know, Nigeria is a relatively new country. We already know that it's an ethnically divergent country. It's a country that is grappling with a system of governance that is alien and outside of its natural cultural base. So a lot of things are permutating to form something unique. What will evolve to make Nigeria work? It'll be something completely unique to the space. So I say no, they are not this and they are not that. You know, it's a lot more nuanced than they don't get it and then no, it's a lot more nuanced. There's so many layers to all of these things that makes it the way it is than just to say until they take the power to then say no. It's just that's just a base level. It's too base level.
If I'm to encourage the masses instead of us to be looking outside to foreign or example people that existed for a solution, we could just focus on our elites, our leaders. How are they so much together, regardless of all things that is going on? That's
not the focus. Forget the leaders. What we want to focus is our system.
I'm going somewhere.
That is where we really should be.
I'm going somewhere. There's a reason why no matter what comes between them, they are still together. Because they have a goal. Power.
No, we know all that. But
so now, let me finish now. So we the rest need to have a goal. What is our goal? I know it's not going to it's going to be hard for just the north, the south, east to come out and say this is it. But every day we have reason to complain. Why can't we make that a goal? Let's see power, for instance.
Shall I tell you something that you recoil from and disagree with immediately? Do you know that the people in power, even they want change? Do you know that?
Why cannot change?
I know you recall from it. The people in power They know that the way things are not the way things should be. They want a better Nigeria. They want a country that they can be proud of. They want the change that will effect that. But the politicking and the movement and just the way things are is so in the way it is that they just feed into it anyway. If you want to change it, they will resist it. But when that change comes, they will embrace it. It's not really the leadership, it's not the people that it's the system. It's really the system that we have in Nigeria that we need to work on because the leaders are the consequences of that. So it's just a systemic
Yes,
change that we need.
the system, but this
Yeah.
system, we have people who are the custodian of this system. Now, people, this system is in our head.
Forget the people.
No. This is
what I'm saying to you is we have to identify where they fall. Okay, sorry, carry on.
Yes, I agree. That's what Ajale Koko said, that the constitution, which I believe is the Almighty, is what governs us, the most important piece of book out there in our country is the constitution. Everything, our progress, our whatever that we are going through has roots in that constitution. And as Ajale Koko said, everybody will agree to that. Nobody will disagree. Then what is the problem then? If we know that is it. But we are challenged about it. The people who are taking advantage of that are not sleeping. Every day they spend millions to make sure the confusion within us, the lead, keep existing, keep getting wider every day. So they are the one feeding this system. The people that we elect to be custodian of this system, they won't feeding it. What are they feeding?
The system self perpetuates. This is not really them feeding the system. The system self perpetuates. I think it's a lot more nuanced than how you are describing it. But let's say from Ajale Koko.
Now, there's nothing happened. There's nothing happened that without we.
Nobody is disagreeing with that. Yeah, but I think it's a bit more complex than just how.
That's why I said it's
that's a base level. That's at the base level. But let's say about Ajale Koko's thought on Ajale Koko. Let's hear from you. Okay, I think it's been otherwise engaged.
Yeah, so that's why I say it's a marathon. Let's start by fixing one thing. Then we'll move by. That's how we'll get it right. Because even the country that we so much glamorize, they still not get it right. If a common healthcare is a big problem for our people who they look up to, that should tell you a lot. What if healthcare we don't fix? But no, you as the leaders have to find something to sell to the people. And oftentimes is what the people need that you sell to them. That's how politics work. That's what I said yesterday in that 3 category. The elite, the political guys who are the middlemen, and us. They have to find a reason. If you look at the 5 point of article, waiting, security, togetherness. For God's sake, is those actually really we will not be fixed? They made the country like that so that we'll have reason to go to keep campaigning. Nobody will come tell or challenge us with some straight up policy.
No, you keep saying they made the country like that, as though there were some men sitting in some dark rooms. Like some No from James Bond.
No, because now now policies they make things work better in an economy. Yeah. Now you look at the economy today, even the trade where they talk. Person like Dangote, what kind of influence do you think he has among the national investors who are making those laws? Because you agree with me, he has a lot of influence because now they put these guys in indirectly. So they will draft a policy that will favor his business idea.
That's global. I think we discussed the lobby space in America. So he's a businessman, so he will lobby government. So that's not.
Exactly. So now we the people, we know who get people in the labor force for National Assembly, which we're supposed to have every interest, teacher association, police, student, everybody's supposed to get lobbyists for Abuja where they bidding.
Everybody has lobbyists now. Who doesn't have a lobbyist?
Good. So
which group of people don't have an association or a body in Nigeria?
Yeah, but we just have to do more. If Dangote is pushing his policies with $1 million, how much the student union they take push? For them, make sure say waiting the man they say now only get in control. I keep saying it. This is not rocket science.
Oh, it is rocket science. That's what you should understand. You know, there's a base. Let's hear from Adana Koko. Yeah, go on.
Okay. You see, constitution drive the system, but the problem in our own case is that we have elected representative right from the presidency, legislators, governors, local government chairman, all of them have a total disregard to that constitution. And now they now created a very, very bad system. They turned the system upside down. The constitution is fraudulent in the first place. The constitution gave them immunity. The presidency, the governorship, and all of them immunity while in the office. And that is why you see these executive arms were able to perpetrate criminality against the people and against the state itself. So, and the continuation of this criminality by them is what is killing that country. Except if that one aspect, that one section of the constitution can be removed. That one alone, if they remove that immunity, that will bring sanity into the system. Because you know what is going to happen when that one is done? If the governor of the state is found to have embezzled the money one way and people take it to court and is found guilty, is out, another one will be there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
and that one that comes in wouldn't want such situation to happen. You understand? To him, he wants to be very careful. Hold on. He wants to be very careful, you know, to steal our money because people can easily take him to court. And what we are going to see, you will see one person and the other, from one person to the other, with changing bad people, taking them out of government. And before you know, you will start seeing reasonable and clean, non-corrupt people coming to participate in politics. But when you see a situation where criminal is protected, criminal in government protected to continue running the state, what do you expect? You cannot have a good system because they will continue to destroy the system. The constitution have problem, but you have criminal running the system and they are destroying the system more and more, and that is what gets us to where we are today. So and a lot of people over here, hold on, you have been talking. A lot of people have been pushing. A lot of people have been pushing against this, but you see this criminal uses the police, they uses the court against the interests of the people. They uses them against, against the interest and at the detriment of the country in entirety. That is what we have. People are this electoral law. Do you know how long it takes this assembly to finally do this? Do you know how long it takes for the president to sign electoral law? 10 years. 10 years. So you see people, because the president has an agenda, he wants to rig election. The last time he's supposed to sign it, before the last 1919 election, he did not sign it because he had an agenda to. So this is how they mismanage the system to their own interest and against the interest of the people and against the interest of the state. So that is it.
You are still making an excuse for our docilers.
Okay. Yeah, we are not. Look. What I'm telling you, you cannot hold on now. You don't talk.
Why be my host of one? Have a very short section. Let's make a point. We understand your point. You
don't talk. Hold on. Make I talk my own. You go talk. But you want to blame the people in entirety. what I'm saying, yes, we can blame us, but you cannot blame us in entirety. You blame the people in government as well as you blame us. Don't put everything on us. They uses the authority in their hand, in their possession, against the will of the people. And they uses it, destroying the system, because they have all the authority, under their control. They have the CSS, DSS, they have the police, they have the military. And anytime you see the people going out to do something, to demonstrate or go to court, to do anything, they will use it. They will use that system against that push of the people. So why do you want to blame the people that we are not doing? People have been doing a lot. But this criminal in government resisted, uses the authority under their control, to rob the interest of the people. So blame them as well, not we the people in entirety. So that's what I'm trying to let you know. So you can continue.
All right, thank you. The Nigerian space is really a perfect crime, but yeah.
The next set of govern people will go govern us again. They're among us now. The next 10 years, would they blame them too? No, stop blaming them. Now they produce them. We produce those people. They are part and parcel of our kids, our brothers, uncles, sisters. They know us. You're talking about you use electoral as an example. Take 10 years. That is the game. It's not Nigeria degenerated like this, not just one day. It takes years to get to where we are. So we take everything they bad. It's not going to happen overnight. The biggest democracy, the America that we celebrate today. Now, after they don't get they started their democracy in 1766. Now in the 90s.
Yeah, but Ovie, the language of change is the language being spoken in Nigeria now, even if the status quo still holds power. The language
who
of
is
change
channeling that language? Who is power? Who are the front of that language? Now them. That is not our language.
No. The language of hold on. I'm not talking about the change mantra of Buhari. I'm talking about a systemic change. The language that is being spoken in Nigeria now is the language of systemic change. But the status quo still obtains because something has to still be in place before change is effected. But the language that Nigerians are speaking now is a systemic change language. The Nigerians are talking about the constitution not serving their purpose. Nigerians are talking about the state space not serving their purpose. Nigerians are talking about a generational shift in governance. So this is the language of restructuring, the language of the constitution. This is the conversation being had. The push against the system, we saw it at NSAS, the language of all of that embodied in people like Shore, etc. But it has not changed because something, that language has to push through. Is it pushing enough? You will say it's pushing somewhat, maybe not as aggressively as it should, but certainly the people are demanding change. So you cannot say that they are not doing anything, but they have to function within what obtains, and what obtains is a very brutal system.
You are making my point. We like to talk. We like to talk.
Oh, forget that.
You cannot change law until you disobey the law.
Okay, go and disobey. Let's just abandon that, man. I don't know what you're talking about sometimes. You don't
argument here.
All the self-righteous mantra chanting. It's just self-righteous mantra chanting that you're doing.
We are making a very good argument here. Change, they come by just talking. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world.
Yeah, are they not actioning their talks? People they are internationally active, they are nationally active, they are active on the streets, and they are active in all ways. So what more do you want to do?
What am I saying, one man? What am I even saying?
What are you saying?
We are not doing anything. We are not doing it. That's what I've been saying. Collectively. That is the only way we can win the game. We cannot win the game by just
but Nigerians hardly act collectively because of the peculiar mix of the country.
The only way to change that peculiarity is to disobey it.
No, Nigerians, no.
He's
Forget
recommend one
disobedience.
man is recommending for violence across the country. That is what he's recommending for.
Have we not tried violence? How has that worked out?
I don't know what he's talking. I don't know why he's just sticking to one position. He doesn't want to listen to the position of other. You don't listen to the position of other. You can't stick to one position.
Is sanctimonious.
I am using your example, Adele Koko. You use the electoral as an example. It took 10 years. Is that normal? No, but has it been achieved? Yes. That is how it's going to be in every sector, everything. It has to
but is that not the motion that is in play? Is that not the journey that the country is embarked upon? The journey of change.
That's what I'm saying. We are losing the game. We don't lose already for the next 3 years. We've lost for the next 7 years.
Are you not the one that is saying that it's a long-term thing?
Yeah, but what Ajale Koko is saying is like we are giving up. We have to keep taking the responsibility.
No, Ajale Koko is not. You are the one actually saying that we have given up. You are the one saying that we have given up.
If you take the responsibility away from us, the next president is going to come from us.
Nobody is there. But how is the? That means you've not.
The blame has to be on us at this point because we know better. We know better. Now we elect them. Now we that drive the system. Now
nobody elected anybody. The system self perpetuates. This is the battle.
Yes, but the people who
when they are telling you that, hold on. Let me ask you a question. When they said Sowore got 33,000 votes in the last election, do you believe that?
No, I don't believe that.
Okay, what do you think? Just based on his campaigning and his popularity, what do you think he would have? It would not have won the election, I don't think. But what do you think? Yeah, but what do you think he would have rightly gotten in terms of votes?
No, I can't say that because, as you said,
that guy would have at least got 200, if not 500,000 votes. But they just wrote numbers. So when they tell us that Sowore got 33,000 votes, that tells you automatically you don't need further proof to tell you that they were writing numbers because those are written figures.
Who are these people writing the numbers?
Okay, let's just abandon it. You're just talking nonsense. No, forget. You're talking nonsense now. Okay, let's just leave it. You're just trying. Do you come here to troll the place? Do you think we're joking here? We're not joking here now. Who are these people? Just don't do that, man. This is what I'm saying. It's a more nuanced conversation than where you are trying to place it.
We are oppressing in a democracy where everybody has to participate. Why they don't say that? No, I'm not.
Who are the people writing the figures? Who are the people writing the figures?
I also feel your pain. Those people who are writing these figures,
you forget they are not your brother or your sister. Forget all of this.
Forget
it. Okay. It won't be a monkey that will be there. Of course, it will be a person that will be there. So that's not even a statement.
From us, if we don't change our consciences now, we will repeat the same thing because, as you said, that's how the system was built to breed.
All right. You don't understand. You don't understand. It's just you are just trying to. You are being sanctimonious without having the base to be so. You are.
They follow or not? There's an example that we are following, which is America, and I'm telling you,
forget America
achieved their freedom today in the 60s. After over 100 years of democracy. How? Because people decide to say the civil rights movement was not by one person. People died, and you know what that civil right brought.
Okay. Let me just say this, and then I want to move on because I'm not sure. Is it that because like Charles now, I didn't even get it, and then I eventually got it. So maybe I'm not getting what you are saying completely, and you are right, or you are just being sanctimonious without base. Look, Nigerians are talking about a restructuring of the country. This is a space that they have been pushing hard for quite a few years now. Nigerians are talking about the constitution not being fit for purpose. This is a space that they have been pushing hard for years now. They are talking about the system not being in their favor to the point that they took to the streets and they lost their lives. So this is the language that is gaining momentum, but the system obtains because the system is very powerful. The system wants to hold on for as long as it can, and is holding on firm, using all of the weight of the apparatus of the state to hold on to its position. The right results for the elections, Sowore is the perfect example of that Because nobody on this planet will tell me that that guy got 33,000 votes for all the campaigning that he did and the popularity that he has. So that tells you without any further proof that they just wrote results. Atiku told us they wrote results. We saw from the data that they released that it does not cohere with what played out in that election. So they write results. So you are not going to vote them out because they are writing results. You are not going to violate them out because we saw they allowed you to be a bit silly a little bit and then they gun you down. But that change must come. So the push for that change, you see it taking place, but the weight of the system, you also know what it is. But that change has to come. So that's the journey that Nigeria is embarked on. So I don't know what you are saying. That is it not people that is writing. It's not. It's more nuanced than you are trying to place it. It's just my belief. All right, there it is.
Am I to respond to that? I don't
know. No. It's like we're talking from different. Oftentimes, I get the impression we are talking at different spaces.
That's all we do. Talk. Now, you agree. You say people come out and protest and they get killed. Then what next?
And then they should be back on the street.
We are operating on one man. The system we are operating on. The only way to meet that massive change, not troop together that is coming out. That is the only way. That's why I say you say system. I agree with you 100%.
VA.
Please, can I talk?
Okay.
I agree with you.
Let somebody interject now.
Let me make my point first. Then you interject.
Okay. Make your point.
You can't interject when I'm not making my point. What are you going to counter?
Okay, go on, because we're now getting towards the tail end, yeah.
I see insist these people where they write result. Who are these people? They are one of us. Okay, we are giving them too much power. Guess what? In the next 20 years, if now Abubakar be the INEC chairman now, it's going to be blessing Otaru from Ada Auchi or somebody from Umbase. If we do the same thing, guess what? Because that is the orientation. Because we keep saying, oh, not them. No. It is about me and you. Let's even forget the national level. The councillor in our ward, do we even know him or her? Your councillor within your ward, that is your immediate government representative. Do you know him? Do you know how he became the councillor? Did you support him? So if that is the way first, you first of all tackle these people. We are not interested at all. We just make noise. We want change. Guess what? The politician will adjust.
I think it's a bit unfair when about 30, 40 people were gunned down at Lekki Toll Gate to say that we're not interested. These were people with options. The people that were killed, these were educated people with international value. So they did not need to do what they did. They did it for the love of country. They got gunned down, and you're saying,
unfortunately, that is the game we play.
And so don't say that they are not interested. They are just talking. They've paid the blood price.
One man, and I said, then what? That is going to stop from there because people.
But has it stopped there? It's not stopped there. As the push and pressure for change stopped.
The system that say we are fighting, they renew itself every day. One man. They renew their strength every day.
Okay, let's hear from Adale Koko because I want to start to round off. Yeah,
without ceasing.
I don't know what you're talking about, but Adale Koko almost certainly does.
I wish that part of the Bible we say protest, speak up without ceasing. That would have been more effective instead of praying without ceasing. That's what they are telling us. These people, when they make this system flourish, now we are not interested in coming close to even know how they do them. Now, with the push this narrative of change, guess what? They will hijack it and sell it to others. I told you before, politics is about identifying what the people need and sell it to them.
No, don't worry about that. We all know what politics is.
Unity, it's youth, it's insecurity. Guess what? Now when they put down to their conscience, this is happening, this is bad. But they hijack it and will sell it to us. That's what Atiku is doing.
No, the politics speaks to the pain points of the country. In which country does that not obtain? Politics speaks to the pain point of the country.
Yes, it is more effective than when the majority of the citizens are more conscious and participated in that system. But we are not. That's what I'm saying. Majority of Nigerians don't give a shit, excuse my foreign language, about politics. And that is the only way we can go back.
All right. There's a global malaise because the voter numbers are down globally. But let's hear from Ajan Lekoko, and then I'll start to round off.
Obie, you are the one saying here. Even yesterday, you said it that as of today, as the way it is now, there is nothing.
I say, yeah, nothing we can do because we are not doing anything. We're not just wake up overnight. We're going to do something.
Ovia sent us also spirit to your because
we are not doing anything now. And I see use Tinubu as an example. That man has been preparing for 20 years ago. We will just wake up. She will just come along the line. And we want, because 40 of us die.
Yeah, you are the one saying yesterday that, there's nothing that the people can do.
At this point, towards 2023,
presidential,
yes,
that there's nothing we can do.
Yes.
You yourself have surrendered yourself.
For 2023, yes.
Yeah, you have already surrendered yourself now that there's nothing people can do. But you are the one now blaming the people that there's nothing. You are blaming the people that people have not done anything.
Because we're not interested. That's why we are not able to do anything.
Hold on.
Love is preparation means opportunity. We are not prepared. Even if the opportunity presents itself, we can't take advantage of it.
Okay.
That is the game.
Okay.
Even if on 2027, if we are not prepared, the opportunity will still come and elude us. That is a fact.
Yeah. Okay, hold on now.
Opportunity. How prepared are we?
Collectively.
Buhari called Nigerian youth lazy. It's so important to the same thing. Collectively, we are. I
mean, for us to prepare for 2023 is for us to use this platform, every other platform, to carry out campaign, to tell our people to go and get their PVC and be ready to vote against the two parties that have destroyed the system. That is the best option. Hold on. You are the one calling for us to do something. And that is what I am recommending. And that is what I will recommend for you to start chanting, that we have to vote against them. And voting against them is voting criminals out of governance of our country. Is voting criminals.
If you say they are not the system.
You say, how do I call them?
You say not the system and they are not the system. Why are you calling them criminals?
No. Well, you are misinterpreting. That is not what I said. What I said was that the Constitution was fraudulent. Constitution give them a protection by that singular section that give them humanity, that immunity that they have in the Constitution, gave them that cover to continue to loot the resources and to do it in perpetuality. So, and I said that if that singular section is removed, that will bring sanity to the system. Even though there are some other sections that are not good, though. But if you remove that singular section out of the Constitution, sanity will prevail. Hold on.
Who will remove
we are saying that is the problem we have, and we can be removed.
Hold on.
What are
we doing? How do we remove it? Who will remove it?
The legislators can remove it.
See? Something where they benefit them, we can remove them. Why should I remove it?
Yes, it can be removed
Section 48 is about to remove. Why? Because those men they are basing their party for their own interest, not for you and me. So the question now is that if you believe that clause is against our interest, what are we doing about it? You are looking forward to
hold on. You are contradicting
from that clause to change it.
Okay, let me speak now. Let me speak now. Right now, that's your position. You are saying who go remove them, eh?
Yeah.
Where I said you are saying these legislators go remove them, National Assembly go remove them, and you are saying hold on, and I'm recommending to you as a solution for us to achieve that is to vote these people out of power, and that will give us that. When we vote them out of power, then we will vote in the people that will go and do it for us. You are saying it is too late. Look at the way you are contradicting yourself. You don't want to support. Hold on. You don't want to support.
Let me go with that. First of all, who be your local government council that you want to remove and who you want to replace them? Because at this point, if you don't get that plan, then how do I follow you?
You say you don't have what?
I'm asking you, who be your local government chairman where you want to come out and who you want to replace her?
You don't worry. We have several other parties. It is not only two parties.
Worry, but you want me to join you on your cause?
Is it? Look. How do
I join you if I don't know what I'm fighting
Hold
for?
on now. Let us have this conversation in a civil way. If we are carrying out campaign and the campaign is all over the place that we are voting against these two parties, do you think other parties will not field candidates for all those positions you are talking about?
At this point, no.
Oh, don't worry. You just everything about you. Everything about you is just you just want to look. You just want to look at things one-sided. You don't want to look at the position of other. And when you are in a public discourse like this, and you don't want to,
now I just tell you, realistically, it's not possible.
What do you mean realistic? We have 18 parties registered, and you are saying they will not fit candidates. What is your problem for God's sake?
They know why they don't go win.
Okay, don't worry. Don't worry. You are one of the problem, and you are blaming others as the problem. You are one. Yeah, you are one of the problem because you are not. You are not. Hold on. What I'm telling you here, you are not providing solution. You are just playing a blaming game on the people, and you are. That is not solution. Just when you are on a public platform like this, and you are blaming others, provide solution to the problem. When you don't provide solution, you are blaming the people. You are blaming the people for not doing nothing. You are blaming the people for not doing nothing, but you are not providing. You don't provide no solution to the problem.
No, so I just solution. Now you know what take out. I say participate, get involved. That's my
look at what. Okay, don't worry. Don't worry. I just leave you alone with your own. I mean, you only
my
solution is that participate and organize. I've been saying that, and I am part of the problem. I'm a Nigerian. What is obtainable in Nigeria today is due to my action and inaction. I'm not excluding myself.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Me that I'm calling that let us vote against, let us call on our people to register and be ready to vote against the two parties. What are we doing? Is that not participating? Is that not a way to organize the people? Is that not the way to organize the people? You are just to talk and just blame the people for nothing.
You want the change you are asking for. You want it to happen in 2023. I say no. We have not worked for it, so it is not possible. I'm a realist. You haven't worked for it. You go need to work for them before
you don't know the effort.
What you are doing so far is not enough.
You don't know the effort.
That was a good push, but is it enough? No. And we should end it there. Should we give up because of that? No. That's what I'm saying. Now we have to give our tax. We're fighting these people from the outside from not participating because it's evil. That's how we've been complaining, pushing ideas. Now let's get involved. Let's organize. We don't have to join political parties.
This is your organizing. Describe your meaning of organize. Describe your meaning of involvement.
I know the core solution. Let me bring my solution.
No, I'm saying describe what you mean by organize and describe what do you mean?
Exactly.
Describe it, let people. Yeah, describe it.
So allow me to provide my solution. You understand? Now, realistically, if we actually believe that having a president of the people is the way to go, 2023 is gone. We can't achieve that. Because there's no way you can mobilize at least 50 million people that will go to the vote for you. At this point, we don't have what it takes. That's the realistic thing. Now, if we now say, okay, let's shoot for 2031, that's more realistic.
You are not serious. You are not serious. You want to surrender yourself now to 2021. So
you will see power will be waiting for you to.
You don't know what you are talking about.
You have two choices. Either you start preparing now, or you receive the shock of a lifetime.
Talking about. You don't know. So you want Nigerians to surrender ourselves for them until 2021 before we say we want to start. You don't know what you are talking about.
In control of ourselves now as a nation. No, few people are in control. Wait till be surrender. You have to surrender. They have got you by the balls already.
You never prefer any solution. You just go and listen to yourself. After this program,
that's what is before that's what it was. Saying that we surrender. We don't surrender already. As I said,
no, that is what
the reality to provide the people president. It's not
person like me is not surrendering, and that is why I'm calling on people to go and register, get their PVC, and ready to vote against these two parties. I am not surrendering, but you are surrendering. You are telling us, oh, let us wait till 2031. I mean, come on, just go after this program, go and replay this video and then listen to yourself. And go and sleep. Go and listen to yourself. And then you will understand that you are not providing. You are even trying to add more problems to the problem that is existing now.
2023. It is not possible. Life. And they tell you, we will not get people president come 2023. No amount of prayer will make it happen. Because you know what? People have made them their life ambition and they've been working. Even God will not be saying, oh, you will no work, take the position. God, you will believe in, you will coach as a Christian. God doesn't operate like that. You got to work.
One man, I beg, make it take over. Make sure we talk. Who is there? I beg. I know there for this kind of talk. We no get solution.
No, I'm realistic. We come and talk about Tinubu and the rest every day.
All right.
They put themselves in that position. Tell me one Nigerian young person. Not let me talk about young person or a neutral guy. Neutral.
All right. Thank you, Ovie.
It's a question.
Ovie.
Everyone Nigerian that has genuine followership. Who is not among this group of people? Genuine, not be social media follower. People, 1 million people could die because of on the street. Aside this politician, tell me one. If you produce one, then we have
Whiskey, Davido.
All right. Thank you.
2031, Ovie political party. Go and start to organize. Ovie political party.
Yes,
2031.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Ovie. Thank you, gentlemen. We've come up to the 2-hour mark, so you know what that means. So Ovie has dominated it. But are we any the wiser? Are we any the wiser for what Ovie has to say? It's just blah, 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 blah. So that's what we've heard today. On our politics. So there it is right there, an Ovie session. So thank you, Ovie, for I don't know what I'm thanking you for, but thank you anyway. So thank you, Ovie. So that has been the session. Sorry, I know you've not had the chance to speak.
Last thing. Solly, who you go vote for, Davido or Whiskey?
Whiskey, no.
Well, why would you vote for Whiskey over Davido? Davido is a Yoruba man.
Yeah,
Whiskey
whiskey too is
a
a Yoruba
Yoruba
man.
matter now.
Oh, is it Yoruba? Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
Oh, all right. So,
This is our problem. That's our
no.
problem.
I always thought it was an Igbo guy. You know, I was wondering.
Omo Lagos.
They are
That's
coming
You
why.
after
now know
you.
why. You
They
now
are
know why
coming
man.
after you
Why
after.
one man don't like Showore? Because Showore
They
no be
they are coming
That's why
after you at the later section. Don't
Yeah, I
worry.
know that they usually they come and screech and squeal.
The reason why man don't like Showore because Showore no be Yoruba man.
It's because it's a yam head. It's because it's a yam head. So thank you, gentlemen. An apology, Soli and Ajale Koko. You never really got to, but we've hit the 2-hour mark, so we have to go. So we'll reconvene in the evening for a view to give us another diet of our Amsterdam blend. So Amsterdam blend from OVA. So that's been this session. So we leave it here. Carry conversation and conversation here. Say peace.